Hey everybody, I hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome to Farming episode 8. Well, at least the 8th in this little batch. We are gonna go all the way to 10, and I am confident that we're gonna be able to get all 10 done before I end up taking another break. And of course, after the break, we'll be doing the Gate of the Gods. That gigantic quest that is looming in the horizon. It's gonna be daunting, but I'm looking forward to it. Before we do that, though, we do have a few things we want to get done in these farming episodes. Whether they get done, that's a whole separate thing. The main thing that I've been trying to do for so long is trying to get these Revenants done. Revenant Dagon, nice progress. Revenant Horror, lagging behind a little bit. Are 3 episodes gonna be enough? I mean, if we get lucky, we could, in a single, run, we could find 320 knowledge with the Revenant Horror. Much more likely to get this amount of knowledge. But I mean, a single run, that's, a bit of a pipe dream. But in the sense of something that could happen across multiple days, multiple episodes, that's more likely, but still a bit of a tall order. And in case you're wondering, the reason I really want that is, the reason why I want these card sets in the first place is because they have the potential to give us really nice damage reduction, a new way to get more damage reduction stacked. We take less damage for each debuff, and then we deal more damage, but that's less important. The full set will mean this applies to buffs as well, and generally, you would hope in most situations we have more buffs than debuffs, but that's we'll see how it goes. In the interim, we are also farming for slimes. Let's take a look at how that set is shaping up. Not that much left. 3 cards left, and hopefully we get them. This we'll definitely get. In fact, I'll be shocked if this episode. There's no way this episode could possibly end without us completing this set. For this episode to end, it would mean that across multiple days, I somehow acquired an hour's worth of footage for things other than the drops for the card set that I'm farming. I just don't see how that's possible. So this is definitely gonna happen, and I'm also gonna look through the list of sets that we've got unlocked to see what we're gonna go for next. If I can't spot anything obvious, I'll just go for the cherubs, which is a nice safe set to go for. Just an extra bit of damage reduction. It separately unlocks for attacks and then spells and then eventually indirect damage as well, which is probably going to be the most valuable thing, but we'll see. Anyway, so these are our objectives. Anything else? Nah, I think I've just about summed it up, and with that I'm going to go off screen and I will start showing you the highlights now. So we are about to get a bit more of this currency, notoriety, which, I mean, it doesn't feel like it's a rare thing anymore, but it is technically a special currency, right? It's exclusively for Riddle Dwarf stuff, so, I just wanted to show all of this stuff, but yeah, gonna go back off screen now. Hey everybody, I hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome to Farming episode 8. Well, at least the 8th in this little batch. We are gonna go all the way to 10, and I am confident that we're gonna be able to get all 10 done before I end up taking another break. And of course, after the break, we'll be doing the Gate of the Gods. That gigantic quest that is looming in the horizon. It's gonna be daunting, but I'm looking forward to it. Before we do that, though, we do have a few things we want to get done in these farming episodes. Whether they get done, that's a whole separate thing. The main thing that I've been trying to do for so long is trying to get these Revenants done. Revenant Dagon, nice progress. Revenant Horror, lagging behind a little bit. Are 3 episodes gonna be enough? I mean, if we get lucky, we could, in a single, run, we could find 320 knowledge with the Revenant Horror. Much more likely to get this amount of knowledge. But I mean, a single run, that's, a bit of a pipe dream. But in the sense of something that could happen across multiple days, multiple episodes, that's more likely, but still a bit of a tall order. And in case you're wondering, the reason I really want that is, the reason why I want these card sets in the first place is because they have the potential to give us really nice damage reduction, a new way to get more damage reduction stacked. We take less damage for each debuff, and then, we deal more damage, but that's less important. The full set will mean this applies to buffs as well, and generally, you would hope, in most situations we have more buffs than debuffs, but that's we'll see how it goes. In the interim, we are also farming for slimes. Let's take a look at how that set is shaping up. Not that much left. 3 cards left, and hopefully we get them. This we'll definitely get. In fact, I'll be shocked if this episode. There's no way this episode could possibly end without us completing this set. For this episode to end, it would mean that across multiple days, I somehow acquired an hour's worth of footage for things other than the drops for the card set that I'm farming. I just don't see how that's possible. So this is definitely going to happen. And I'm also going to look through the list of sets that we've got unlocked to see what we're going to go for next. If I can't spot anything obvious, I'll just go for the Cherubs, which is a nice, safe set to go for. Just, an extra bit of damage reduction. It separately unlocks for attacks and then spells and then eventually indirect damage as well, which is probably going to be the most valuable thing, but we'll see. Anyway, so these are our objectives. Anything else? No, I think I've just about summed it up, and with that I'm going to go off screen and I will start showing you the highlights now. Alright, here's the Skywatch Construct card. I'm also obviously farming these constructs. We had been farming them earlier. I just want to get this set completed. Just to remind you what the construct set does. It increases the rate at which we get glory from the arena, which between glory, which is the arena currency, and notoriety, which is the Riddle Dwarf currency, glory is much more difficult to get, mainly because the only repeatable way to get it is from the arena, and in terms of random events that give you glory, there's very few. Whereas with notoriety, you can get them by playing at the Riddle Dwarves. You also get, pretty often you get that event where the guy gives you, 2000 notoriety. And I've had that happen much more often than the other event where you fight that disgruntled arena master to get a bit of glory. And also there are other events where you can play Riddle Dwarf games in the middle of a realm as well, and you can get more notoriety that way. So that's why I'm focusing on this. Basically, I want to minimize the amount of arena combat that we have to do for mandatory stuff. And, you know, the more of a bonus we have on the glory we get from our arena, then the quicker we can hit the totals that we need to buy all of the stuff from the arena shop. That's just my explanation for why I want to get this set completed. And with that, I'm going to go back off screen. I'll show you the next interesting thing that happens. Yeah, I was just talking about you, Rosebud, the disgruntled arena master who's about to give us some glory for us beating her horribly 3 times in a row. I mean, she keeps coming back. I guess she keeps coming back with the different set of creatures from the realm that you're in. I mean, if I'm beating these guys normally on the outside, why would she think that... I don't know. What I do know is that she's about to give us some glory, 3,000 in total. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like this is getting multiplied by the bonus from the constructs. Although the bonus from the constructs did say that it only applies to the arena, so I suppose that makes sense. But anyway, I'm gonna head back off screen, so see you soon. And it's another Netherstone. We are in Netherstone week. We've been in Netherstone week for a while, so shouldn't be too surprised. And this Netherstone isn't great, but you know, it's a thing. It's a thing that we can turn into piety later. Alright, that's it for now. And literally moments after I showed you that Netherstone, we have the Glutinous Slime card, bringing us one tiny step closer to completing this card's... Well, one very big step closer to completing this set, one tiny step closer to, you know, the overall card, you know, completion goal that we have, because this takes us to 366 out of 1052. And with that, I will leave you once again, and I'll be back with the next thing. Here's another random drop, the Imp Incarnate. I guess not a random drop, it was from the one of the creatures we fought. I'm pretty sure, yeah, the Imp Incarnate was part of this group. But when I say random, it means not one of the ones we were farming for, but just another one that happened to come our way. I'm pretty happy about that. Any card is always an occasion to be happy, and now that I've shown you that, I'm gonna be heading back off screen. Okay, we're about to get another slime skin. Unfortunately, they died too quickly for me to show it to you in combat, but it is the metal skin. Let's take a look at that. Here... Let me just find where it is. I think I've gone too far. Where are you? Dark Sanctus... What? Am I losing my mind? Where? Oh, sorry. It was on the same page. Here we go. I was getting thrown off by all the Flubrous skins, and this is the really awesome one we found earlier. This is the one we found just now, and it's pretty badass. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, and I think having shown you that, I'm gonna go back off screen now. And here we go, infested slime card in the bag. And just one more slime card to go, and this set will be complete. And with this little update, it's time for me to go back off screen. See you soon. Here we go, Tree Wall Construct, which is another one of the construct creatures whose knowledge I was able to farm up, and then I hunted it, and then I got it to rank C, and then I summoned it at the candle, and now I am showing you that I have gotten its card. The other question is, was I able to take it all the way to rank A? Let me just take a quick look at the constructs. I was not. How close did I get? Pretty close. But I'm not going to bother hunting it anymore. Actually, you know what? I might as well kill the rest of the ones that are on the screen right now. Because how many are there? 6. I think this might be just barely enough to take us to rank S. Might as well, because then that will take it off the list of creatures for which knowledge can drop, which I believe should slightly improve our odds of getting knowledge with creatures that remain at below S rank. So let's just see if my math is correct, because at 30 knowledge, 30 knowledge per individual enemy killed, and 6 of them was 1080, and we needed just over 1,000, so this should be good. There we go, perfect. And with even 1 to spare, wonderful. And with that, I'm gonna go back off screen. Be back with you soon. And that is the final slime card. The set is complete, and now confusion is a whole lot better. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna run home, because, and you possibly noticed this when I was showing you the tree wall construct, is that we have our Goblet of Trials to hand in. Might as well just show you what we get. Hopefully something good. Hopefully some knowledge with either or perhaps both of the 2 revenants. And we're also going to be handing our Rune of Prophecies as well, so we'll get a little bit from that as well. But you tend to get a lot more knowledge from the goblet. So let's see. Let's see what we get. Let's take a look. Nothing so far. Willow construct. No, that's one that I already have the card for. So that's okay. That's fine. It's okay. It's fine. Well, we gained rank S with something. That's okay. And let me hand in my Rune of Prophecies as well, because let me take a look. We're not going to be doing any false gods. Rhodian Creature Masters, technically possible but highly unlikely. And nether bosses are also off the menu currently, so we'll be getting a fairly small reward for this one, but that's okay. We get a little bit of knowledge here as well, but nothing spectacular. But we take something to rank S. That's always good. And off screen, I'm gonna have to re-roll this until we get the animator on, this screen as well. Re-roll it until one of these 3 is the animator, and then I'll go back off screen. And I'm gonna go off screen right now, but after I'm done re-rolling this, I'll go back to the regular farming. Right? See you in a bit. Okay, so I got this card, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit about this one. Usually I'm not really telling you about these enemies when I get the card, because it really doesn't matter. Like, whatever trait they had wasn't really something that I was thinking about too much. But this one, well, first of all, let's acknowledge that we do have this partial bonus. Less damage from spells for each buff. And let's take a look at the trait that this enemy has. After your creatures are killed, they have a 25% chance to be resurrected. With 6 enemies per group, it's close to guaranteed that at least one of them is going to resurrect, and that really slows things down tremendously. I needed a way to take care of that. One way would have been to use the that elf trait, which shuts down everything that happens after death. But then that would also shut down my corpse explosions, and then there's no way I'd be able to kill them quickly without using kindling and lowering the level tremendously. But there's one other alternative, which is this anointment, this pyromancer anointment, called Burn Their Corpses, which I put in place of Shimmer. So I've given up a lot of defense just to get that anointment on. And what it does is, if enemies are burning, they can't be resurrected. Now, unfortunately, I don't also have the anointment that says that enemies are always burning. Which one was it called? This one, Fire Starter. And that would have made things very convenient. I'm like, okay, there must be some other way to inflict burning on the enemies. And so I went to the Great Pandemonium. I'm like, surely this lava-based realm is going to allow me to inflict the burn debuff on enemies. And as expected, yes, the debuff just second from the bottom, burning on enemies, means I'll show you in combat with these guys that, like, they've all died. And you're just gonna have to trust me that they will always die without resurrecting, and that this wasn't just a fluke. But if I wasn't using that, then they would be coming back constantly, and they can resurrect multiple times as well. Unlikely, but sometimes it does happen, and then when it does happen, it's it makes me quite furious. So I'm glad that we had this option. I'm glad that I picked up Burn Their Corpses whenever I did. It would have been a long time ago. But I'm glad that when I looked at this anointment, I had the foresight of thinking that, oh, this might be useful. And turns out it was. But anyway, that is going to be all for this little update. And it's time for me to go back off screen. And I'll be back to show you the next thing soon. And there we go. Cherub card number 5. This is happening very quickly. Within the space of 10 minutes, I found 2 Cherub cards. Even with wasting a few minutes with their resurrections. And to show you what I mean about their resurrections, I'm actually gonna summon one of these cherubs. I'm gonna waste a bit of time. Okay, there's not enough space. Not enough space, so I've got to kill a couple of these redundant guys to summon a few more redundant guys, just to show you what I meant. Because I explained it to you, but I explained it to you having already implemented the solution. Now I'm going to show you what happens if you don't have the solution. If you don't have, like, I currently don't have Burn Their Corpses. Here's what happens normally. You kill them, and then they start coming back. And then you kill them again, and if you're lucky, they'll stay dead, because, you know, maybe 2 or 3 of them will come back, and then hopefully they don't resurrect, but sometimes they can resurrect multiple times. And it can be a bit of an ordeal, just sitting there waiting for them to be done resurrecting. But yeah, I just wanted to show you that card and show you why you should, if you're farming this particular enemy, always do it having put in place some sort of way to deal with the fact that they're going to be trying to resurrect. And having shown you that, I think I'm going to go back off screen, and I'll show you the next highlight in just a moment. Here's another card that was generously given to us by one of the creatures I just fought, despite the fact that I am not even farming it right now. The Maniac Warrior card has even given us a partial bonus. That doesn't really apply to us that much. Yeah, we'd need a completely different class to really benefit from this. But you know what? We have it now, and that's a good thing. And I will see you for the next highlight. And the cards just keep coming. Here is a Cherub card, and I think there's only one left in this set. Let me just confirm that. Yeah, almost done. And hopefully I'll be coming to you with that news shortly. And what did I tell you? Cherub card set complete with the Vipina Cherub. Vipina? Not even sure how to pronounce it. Don't even care. The set is complete. Let's take a look. I mean, we were just told what the bonus was, but let's look at all of the bonuses in one place. So we take, for each buff we have active, 0.5% less damage from attacks, from spells, and from indirect damage. Now, we're not going to have that many buffs. I mean, like, we are going to have quite a few buffs, but it's only 0.5% per buff, so it's not going to be that high of a bonus. But as just an extra bonus that applies across the board, you know, attacks, spells, and indirect damage, I think that's pretty good. But of course the question now is, what am I going to farm next? And I have no idea. I'm going to have to look through all of these card sets, and I'm going to see what sounds like it would be good. I'm going to think about that. I'm going to think long and hard, and hopefully when I come back to you with the next highlight, I'll have found the answer to that question. Alright? See you in a bit. Okay, I'm here to show you that we're about to get another skin. Unfortunately, I haven't yet decided which card set I was going to farm next. I was going to do it when I cleared out this realm and got to the candle. But that hasn't happened yet. Instead, we have the Follower of 4080 skin, which belongs to ghouls, and because we didn't get to see it in the battle itself, I'll show it to you in this in this list. So this actually looks really cool. This looks really cool. It's I mean, we know what ghouls, or like we vaguely remember what ghouls look like. Let's find them in the bestiary. In just a second, if I remember how the alphabet works, the ghoul. Yeah, they look like ghouls, basically. You know, which is, I know, tautological, but they look like you'd expect something to look if you were told it was a ghoul. But the 4080 skin turns them into what am I looking at? Again, I'm in the wrong place. The 4080 skin turns them into robots, basically. Where are they? Am I? There we go. Into robots, or perhaps cyborg individuals. I really like the color scheme on these guys. Like, the color schemes on so many of these are just they're just spot on. Like, and the artwork as well, but the colors just work so well. Anyway, I just wanted to show you this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back. off screen, and I'm gonna carry on thinking about what to do, what to farm next, and hopefully I'll have an answer for you at some point. Okay, as promised, I'm gonna tell you which card set I decided to farm next, and here it is, the Void Lords. And I'll explain why. In fact, you can kind of see why. Well, actually, to know why I chose this set, you do need to see the full bonuses, so I'll show them to you in this list. Where is it? Oh, I was just there and then I went past it. Man, keep going past it. Here we go. So, it is based on the repelling buff, and the first two partial bonuses just give us a bit of damage reduction, but the sixth one means our repelling buff will now last forever, which, I mean, I think it can still be undermined if the enemy casts Arbitration or Dispel or some other thing that gets the buff to go away entirely, but in terms of duration, it'll stay, giving us not only its regular bonuses, but also this nice bit of damage reduction. And as you know, we've got lots of ways of well, starting the battle with buffs and then getting buffs throughout the battle as well, and have a good chance of keeping this buff on for quite a while. Yeah, that's going to be what we work on for now, and I will be back to show you the next update shortly. Okay, so I've got to win 10 arena battles. I won 7. This is for the Rune of Prophecies. Frustrating. Like, eventually you'll just get a really annoying set of enemies that you can't really do anything about. But we did get some rewards. I just wanted to show you. And hang on, is our bonus being applied? Because we should be getting 10% more glory, but I don't know. I'm not sure if the math works out. If we, like, assuming we're working with integer values, for us to be getting 3,500, shouldn't we be getting... Anyway, you know what, let's not worry about that right now. Let's just, I just wanted to show you the rewards for that arena combat, and I'll show you the ones for the next one, because I've got to win 3 more. I'll see you shortly. Once again, I ran into a combat where I was killed literally before I could even take a turn. What are you gonna do? But the important thing is, I got the 3 kills that I needed and a couple extra more. And do we get any useful knowledge? Does not look like it, but okay, see, now we're getting 2,000 knowledge, unless the bonus is being applied after this screen. It looks like maybe this card set bonus is bugged. The construct bonus, because 2,000, it's very clearly not something that was then increased by 10%, because like, there's no integer value that would then give you 2,000, right? Because that's just how math works. So unless it's being applied afterwards, in which case it's showing 2,000, but then giving us 2,200, or it's not working. And I suppose I could check, you know, take a screenshot or just remember the number and then compare it, but honestly, I'm not that motivated. Anyway, I just want to show you this, and I'm gonna go back off screen and I'll show you the next interesting thing that happens, alright? See you in a bit. And here we go. Feral Void Lord card has now been obtained. This means we have 2 left to go. I love the color scheme on these guys. It's not even a... They're very sort of monochromatic. It's the same color, and like they're different shapes but the same color. I think that's why I like these guys, because if you look at other like these guys, same shape, different colors. That's the usual way that creatures are depicted, like stags as well, spirits, like, you know, similar physical appearance, but color is what differentiates them. But if you look at Void Lords, it's the opposite. They're all kinds of different shapes and like different beings almost, but the color is what unites them. And I think that's kind of what drew me into them. Anyway, that's enough of me talking about that. I just wanted to show you that we have gotten this card as well, and now I'm gonna go back off screen. Look who's back. Alright, let's try to make this quick. Alright, Xantai, I'm tired of you and your nonsense. Have I? Man, oh god, what a piece of, oh. Anyway, let's see what we can do. Mimic is gonna be useless because you're silenced. Animatus. So, when does it switch between silenced and scorned? Like, do you have to take your turn? Yeah, okay, we're gonna have to wait this guy to take... wait for this guy to take his turn, because we'd much rather be scorned than silenced. In the mean... should we just... you know what? Let's just force him to take a turn right now. Let's just wormhole. So he takes his turn, and then it should switch from silenced to scorned, and perfect. Now I want you to never take a turn ever again, so I'm gonna do Entangling Roots, and we're gonna do Clayman. I'm gonna kill this guy the classic way. And I think everybody knows what's coming. We didn't get enough, like a huge amount of max health, because we had to waste so many turns getting rid of his silence bullshit, but I think we're fine. What do we do? You are... you know what? Let's do this. Excuse me? Why are we, oh god, hang on. I think he's stopping us from getting our extra attacks somehow. Maybe that's one of his, ooh, we got a bit of knowledge with the Revenant Horror, that's good. I was gonna say, yeah, maybe one of his traits was preventing us from getting our extra actions. Anyway, that's enough about him. Easy win, and I'm gonna go back off screen now. And another one has been taken down. The Imperial Void Lord is now ours, and we are close to closing out yet another card set. And I'm gonna go back off screen. I'm gonna hopefully be showing you that full card set imminently. What did I tell you? That didn't take long at all. That took about maybe 3 minutes. But yes, the Vampiric Void Lord card is ours, and now the set is complete, which means if we get Repelling, the buff now lasts forever. I want to check something. Can we check that in action? Because we can see the buff durations by hitting Y. We don't have Repelling. Oh, we do have Repelling now. I think if you look at the Animatus, the buffs on the Animatus, the shield with the star, I think, is what Repelling is. Let me just check, because I might be mistaken. Let me just check. You know, that is it. It said it had a duration of 3, but I think maybe it'll just stay at 3 and then not tick down if I'm interpreting that bonus correctly. And I didn't accidentally deactivate it. Did I? No, I didn't. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna trust that the set is working properly. We'll really only know when we fight an enemy that we have to take multiple turns to kill, which probably won't happen for a while. Probably we'll have to wait until the next Zantai fight to see that. But yeah, you know what? We'll keep that in mind for the next long fight. I'll check to see, just to confirm that things are working as they should. Anyway, it's time for me to go back off screen, and while I'm off screen, I will also figure out what I want to farm next. Because I do have to make a decision on that, because we have not, unfortunately, made too much progress on our Revenant card set. But you know what? It'll happen. But in the meantime, I've got to pick something else. But yeah, I'm going to do that off screen, and when I come back, I'll have an update for you. Okay, this is the card set that we're going to be farming next, and I will explain why. It's not a combat card set, but as you can see, it is a resource card set, and it is one of two resource card sets that we have yet to get. What am I doing? What am I doing? I guess I'll go to the bestiary. So I could go to the card menu, but the problem is that for the other card set, we haven't even found a single card, so it won't show up in that list. The Fae race will show up in our card list now that we have one card, but to show the other one, I will have to go to the bestiary. And this will only show the race, it won't even show the bonus. So let's first show the Fae. If I can remember how the alphabet works. Yes. This is the one that we just got. And let me say one more thing. It's not a coincidence that we fought this creature in the Great Pandemonium, and that I currently have burn their corpses equipped. It's because this creature, I think, in fact, we just showed the trait which necessitated this. It's the fact that this is one of the creatures that has a resurrection-based trait. In fact, it will guaranteed resurrect 3 times, which will mean it's not fun fighting it unless you have a way to completely shut down those resurrections. And the best way to do that, or one of the convenient ways to do that, is with burn their corpses. The rest of them don't really have any resurrection traits, so this is going to be the only annoying one. Now that I've taken it out, I can put Shimmer back on. But yeah, that's the card set that we're going to be doing now. And oh, I've got to show you the other one, the one that we're going to be doing after this. It is the Electropod. I think that's what they're called. Yes, Electropod card set. Again, we don't have a single card from this set, so it's not going to show up in the card list. But you know, as soon as we find a card in there, it'll then start showing up. Yeah, this is going to be the other one. Yeah. So first the Fae, then the Electropods, and that's going to be how it's going to go. And for now, I'm going to go back off screen, and I'll be back with you soon. And just as I was leaving this realm, you know, to end it, one of the enemies had a skin. Again, I couldn't, or I clicked too quickly. I feel like sometimes it gives me the time to show you the skin, and sometimes it just launches you into battle immediately. I'm sure it has to do with, like, there's some point where like some hidden advancement or some like a hidden extra like click to advance kind of situation. But I'm explaining it very poorly, but maybe you know what I'm saying, maybe you don't. But what you should see right now is that we found another skin, the masculine skin for the Fae. Let's take a look at this. Should be an interesting one if I can find it. Our large collection of dumpling skins, and here we go. The masculine skin for the Fae. The Fae are pretty small, so not really seeing a lot of detail on this one other than the color, I guess. Blue is a kind of a masculine color, I suppose. Not really seeing, like, it's hard to get that much detail. I mean, these are pixelated to begin with, and then these are small within that already pixelated image. So yeah, but I mean, it looks pretty cool. I'm happy. I'm always happy to see one of the many awesome skins in this game, and that was yet another one. But yeah, I'm gonna go back off screen. Talk to you again soon. And look at this. Whirlwind on attack, and a bunch of other things. To be honest, I don't know what Whirlwind does. It's possible that it's amazing, but I don't know. I'm all for traits myself. And yeah, we're still in a great pandemonium because I forgot to switch to random realms. But yeah, I just wanted to show you that nether stone that we found, which is going to be most likely turned into piety later on. But yeah, gonna go back off screen now. And as expected, yet another Fae card obtained. And yeah, this set should not take long to complete. At least I hope. I've had another string of good luck, although I haven't had that much time per day to play. I guess I should mention like how many days it's been. It's been a couple days into the what week are we in? I think we're in Netherstone week. It's been a few days into Netherstone week, and I've just been getting really lucky. Like if I have maybe 10 minutes to play in the morning, I'm like, oh, I'll do a couple realms, and I find a card. I've got maybe half an hour to play in the evening. I sometimes, like in this session, I found a couple cards already. Probably gonna end soon, so it'll probably end at a couple cards for tonight. But yeah, I don't know if the rate at which you find cards increases as you're in higher realm depth or something. I don't know, but it does feel like cards are dropping a lot quicker than they were earlier. But maybe it's just because I'm fighting enemies a lot quicker. Like I'm farming them, whereas earlier I was actually fighting them, and individual fights would take longer. Honestly, now that I think about it, that might be it. But anyway, that was a very long-winded way of me saying, number one, I have gotten lucky with very drops in quick succession, but also we're getting cards because I'm getting through these kills pretty quickly as well. And hopefully that continues. Hopefully it does, because we've got a bit more before I'm content to call this a full episode. So let's see what happens, and you'll see what happens shortly. It's this guy again. All right, let's do this. I'm wondering, should I just stop showing Xantai fights? Because we've kicked his ass so many times. What's your deal? That's not even. I'm not impressed. So let's just do Clayman. keep trying to do it like this. Keep trying to do it like this. Nice, Archangel. And let's do it like this. Another wonderful Archangel. I'm pretty sure we have enough already on the Dread White, but let's try it again. In fact, they're having a rough time even without that. Although my Rift Dancer did get killed just because I think the Dread White was the one that damaged her. Let's confirm that. Oh no, she took burn damage. Okay. Well, did she? Oh no, she took damage from the Nether boss trait. Anyway, let's do Feign Death, and that was the end of that. All right, it's okay. At least these Xanta fights are quick. I will say that. And having shown you that, I'm gonna go back off. See you in a bit. And here we go. Another Fey card obtained, and I'm pretty happy about this. I'm just playing right now, post-workout. I didn't do any playing in between my workout exercises this time, just because I felt like it was like I was getting too into the game and then not getting back to my workout in time. So, you know. But definitely for the post-workout stretch, it's a bit more relaxing, and definitely makes it feel even more satisfying. Like, you know, I'm done with my exercises, I've done my good self-care deed for the day, and now it's time for the other self-care deed, which is, of course, enjoying some video games. So yeah, I'm gonna go back off screen, and I'll be back to show you the next notable thing that happens in just a moment. I just realized I didn't show you the partial bonus that we unlocked, and as you can see, we now get more base crystal from battles, which is great. And I guess I might as well show you that we have 3 more cards in the set left. Alright, now I'll see you in a bit. And just a couple minutes after I left you last time, we have this. The Polygala Fey? I'm probably mispronouncing that. I think these... Yeah, I think these... I recognize a couple of these as flowers. I think Hydrangea is a flower, maybe? You know, let me look this up. Is the rhododendron a flower? And I'm sure that's not how you pronounce it, but I read it like it was written, so let's see, what the fuck is a rhododendron? It is a plant. And I'm just gonna look up one more. Let's see. Polygala. Let me even see how you pronounce that. I'm gonna have to look this up in the dictionary, I think. I'm committed to it now, so I might as well look it up and tell you that it is pronounced Polygala. 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 We just got the Polygala Fey card. And with that, I'm gonna go back off screen, and I'll see you in a bit. Here we go, Rhododendron Fey card obtained, and we are just one away from finishing this set. And hopefully I'll be showing you that very soon. And just like I promised, here is the Rosea Fey. And here is our complete card set. Now we get extra crystal from battles. So the Fey card set is complete. Do we have any cards in the Electropod set? Doesn't look like it. So we're gonna have to farm that entire set starting from scratch. And you know what? That's okay. I am up for the battle. Anyway, I think that's enough for this update. I mean, it's a
any card you find, especially a card that completes a set, is going to be always going to be a huge moment. But you know what? You've just got to take a moment, breathe it in, bask in the glory, but then you've just got to get right back in there to find the next one. And that is exactly what I'm going to do, and I'll be back with you shortly. And just a couple short minutes after I last left you, here is the Electropod ant. And yeah, looks like we're making really good progress on cards. We're at 386, wow. Oof. Okay, this is gonna be tough, but I'm thinking, could we get... I think I have... which episode is this? I think this might be episode 9. If this is episode 9, then... So what I'm thinking is, can we hit 400? If this is episode 9, which I think it might be... It might be 8. If it's 8, then no problem. We can get 7 cards per episode. But if it is 9, I mean... You already know this, because it's in the title, and I should know this, but, you know, this is what happens when the recording is so, like, fragmented and distributed. Like, I'm just playing little bits every day and then stitching them together into episodes, and it can be hard to keep track of exactly which episode you're on. Anyway, that's enough for this update. I'll figure out in between this one and the next one exactly which episode we're on, and when I'm back with you, hopefully with the there's a nemesis creature that I didn't kill. Right, kill you, and when I'm back for the next update, I will not only remind you what episode we're on, but I'll also tell you what the plan is, because if we're going to be getting 14 cards, I'm going to have to decide what set I'm going to farm next. Anyway, I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, so a couple things. Number one, I consulted with my records, and it looks like this is indeed episode 208, which means we're going to have 2 more episodes of farming. Well, I mean, at least 2. I could keep going, but I think I'll end it at 10 and then go on another break and then come back when I'm ready to start doing full 1 hour at a time episodes. But yeah, 2 more episodes means the dream of getting 400 cards could definitely happen. The other thing we need to do is I have to hand in my Goblet of Trials. But before I do that, there's a couple other things I need to do for my Rune of Prophecies. I'm not going to do a training mission because I'm focusing on missions that will get us achievement progress as well. Training missions are going to become more important later on when we need scrolls for different builds. For now, I'm just not even going to bother with... I haven't even used any of the scrolls that I've gotten so far, you know, so... I do have a set of scrolls ready for any given stat, for any given monster. Anyway, experiment mission will happen. But what I was thinking I was gonna hand in the Rune of Prophecies, but instead, what I'll do is I will wait until this is done, because this will, once I do this, complete these 2 lines. Because right now we're not getting... Like, we haven't even completed a single line, I just realized. But we will once I do this. This is the main thing I wanted to do at the end of this episode, is I want to defeat Azural at the Gate of the Gods. And I think after I do this, I'm going to end the episode. So let's see. What was Azural to deal? What? Oh, okay. Man, this is fine. Because we can easily scale to the level where his nonsense isn't going to be a problem. So let's do it at level 12. Let's wait for it to load.
I mean, you didn't have much to load, but it took a while. And let's talk to him. Yeah. Okay, whatever. We are at the top of the timeline, so we don't need to worry. What we'll do is, it generally is a good idea to not let your enemies take a turn, unless something in your build depends on them taking their turns. Otherwise, just best to not even let that happen. So now we do it the old-fashioned way with, where is it? Clayman. And even more Claymen. And even more Claymen. And now the Dread White has to do Feign Death? Okay, yeah. We're gonna have to do a little bit more, messing around. Should we do an Archangel? No, they don't have any way of damaging us, so I'm not worried. Famous last words, perhaps, but I'm just gonna keep scaling out of control, and if we have Ethereal Clayman, we're just gonna cast it. And I think you, by you I mean Miraxis, probably has free spell cast. Hey, I was waiting, because we do have Archangel's Blessing occasionally casting automatically, which is helping us out a lot. And now the Dread White can do Feign Death again, and oof, and they are dead. Gives us some emblems, some mana for summoning Azurael. We could summon him. I think it's gonna tell us you're about, or maybe we already had mana for him and then didn't use it. I know we can also use mana at the God Forge. Oh, but you can only for where's our, oh, here's our avatar. We can use mana from various gods to improve. The thing is, Miraxis isn't the important member of our party, so yeah, okay, we could give him more base speed. It doesn't really help change that much. Damage reduction could actually matter. 2 additional attacks, critical chance. Some of these, depending on what your, like whether the avatar creature is the main thing in your party. Some of these are actually pretty, like more spell slots. This is actually like a universally good thing, regardless of where, like how important the creature is to your party. Like more spell slots, you can, like the spells in this game, the possibilities are essentially endless, but we're getting by without using it, so let's hold on to our mana, because you have to spend emblems as well, and look at how expensive it is. See, I didn't even mention the important thing. I buried the lead. Like mana you can get easily. 100 emblems, that's a lot harder to get, which is the other reason why I'm not saying, oh, you know, 3 spell slots is a good thing, let's just get it. No, I want to save these emblems because we might need them for other things. What are those other things? I'll explain them to you as we get deeper into the Gate of the Gods stuff, which is gonna happen just a couple episodes from now. And what else is our Rune of Prophecies requiring? Let's get the Games of Chance done as well. Scratch excuse me, scratch cards, Siralim, and slot machines. And I will hand in my Goblet of Trials. So let's do Siralim first, because it's possibly going to be the slowest. Yeah, let's get this done. I think something to do with the fact that we've added a lot of cosmetic things into our hub area is causing other things to load slower. I'm not immediately sure why that would be, but it must be something to do with how the game is coded. in any event, it's not that big of a deal. And if it does become that big of a deal, then with the single button we can get rid of everything we've placed. I'm not gonna do that, but we could. But so far it's okay. I'm okay with it. So what else do we need to do? Slot machines I'll do last. Let's do scratch cards. Come on. Come on. 250, 100, 250. Oh, okay, we might not get anything. Oh, we got the lowest payout that you can get. But that's fine. And then finally, let's play some slots. And I strongly suspect we're gonna get nothing, but let's see. Yep, got nothing but completed another prophecy task. And now, what are we not going to complete in this Rune of Prophecies? We're not going to complete any training missions. We're not going to be fighting any false gods. But when this is completed, we'll complete this line. We'll complete this line. So we'll get a bit of a bonus. Are we doing an experiment right now? We are. And it's on the verge of being finished. But before let me hand this in as well. Should get a good amount of knowledge with creatures out of this. Look at like 8 pages of loot. A lot of it is just stuff that we already have a lot of, but some of it, I mean, like knowledge we need for all these creatures, right? But especially... Okay, so here's one thing I was curious about, is that can you get multiple knowledge drops for the same creature? And as we just saw, we have King Dumpling. I think you can... Like, you wouldn't get multiple King Dumpling level 5 knowledge drops, but I think this is how it works. Like, you can get 5, you can get 3, and I guess potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Like all 5 knowledge drop types for the same creature. It'd be unlikely, but judging from this, it seems like maybe that's possible anyway. I mean, am I seeing anything really relevant? I mean, there's really only one. I guess we're looking for constructs as well, although I don't know if this is one that we're farming. We'll see. Let's quickly check my bestiary, see how we're doing. Where are the constructs? Did I go past them? I think I did. Okay. So we've already got Heaven Shield. Okay, never mind. We hit rank D with the Night Veil construct, and in fact I'm already doing a hunt for this. And we're very close to hitting rank D with the Red Steel construct. And as soon as we do, I'll hit up a hunt mission for that as well. And the important thing, how are the Revenants doing? I think I did get closer to one of them, but let's just confirm. Confirm. Where are you? There you are. Revenant Dagon is pretty close. Revenant Horror, better. It's getting better, but still not that close. Nonetheless, I'm deeply committed to completing this card set. We'll see. We'll see. We're getting knowledge with various other things as well. Always happy to see that. Anyway, I think with that, I'm going to call an end to this episode. Let's reflect on what we accomplished. So, we learned that there's an anointment called Burn Their Corpses, a pyromancer anointment. And I think this is the main takeaway from this episode. And I think this is a specialization trait for the pyromancer as well. So if you don't have this anointment, you could do what I did by playing as the pyromancer, I do believe. I can't confirm that, and I don't want to switch classes right now because if I did, I'd have to reset all of my perks. I think. Anyway, why is burn their corpses so important? Well, it's because for certain creatures, like for what was it that I was farming? For the Fey creature, and before that, it was another creature that had that annoying 25% chance of coming back. I don't remember what card set it was, but the Fey, one of these, I think the sort of purple and lilac looking Fey enemy, I think that's the one, or one of them. One of them has 3 scripted resurrections, and you can imagine it would be very annoying fighting 6 creatures, each of them guaranteed to resurrect 3 different times. And it's yeah. Oh, it was one of the seraphs, wasn't it? No, it wasn't a seraph. It wasn't a stag either. What was it? Was it a slime? Or was it a... Oh, I think it might... Was it a Void Lord? No, it was a... Oh, no, it was a cherub. Yeah, it was one of the cherubs that had the 25% chance of resurrecting. But yeah, burn their corpses is an absolute must if you're doing card farming for creatures that have resurrections, because otherwise you will waste so much time. And just to remind you why burn their corpses is that good, it's that if all you have to do is make sure that the enemies have burning inflicted on them somehow. Either you have it yourself with something like what's it called? Firestarter. Maybe you have this. If you don't, you can go to Great Pandemonium, you know, the lava themed level, and then one of the realm properties there will inflict burning on enemies at the start of combat, and then you have this active, and then that completely invalidates any annoying resurrection shenanigans. Beautiful, beautiful anointment. If I can find a way to integrate this. See, I couldn't integrate it into my build without also having this. At a minimum, I'd need both of them, otherwise I'd just be reliant on realms giving me burning, and only a few of them do, and the rest of the times this would be largely irrelevant. I mean, I know spells can inflict burning, but it's not... If you're casting a spell, you might as well just sit through the resurrections. Although, you know, depending on the creature, the spell could still save you time. But anyway, this has given me a lot to think about. Not only is it great for farming annoying creatures, but potentially good for high-level farming as well. But like I said, I need to find a good way to integrate that into my build. That's the main takeaway. Other than that, let's take a look at the cards that we got. We are at 386. We are completing card sets left, right, and center. Right now, we're focusing on the last 2 sets that give us basic resources. And once those are done, I think I'll start focusing on the combat-oriented card sets as well. And also, I think we are on track to get 400 cards by episode 210, by the 10th of these farming episodes. And as a final reminder, what I'm currently farming is the Electropod set. Anyway, with all that said, I think it's time for me to call an end to this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you had a good time. And I hope you'll join me for the next farming episode as well. Only a couple of these left. But I do want to do 10 of them just to give myself a big sample size. Like a relatively decent sample size of what I can expect per episode, you know, because in any individual episode, you might get lucky. Over 10, it gives you a better chance to see what the consistency is like. But anyway, all of this is to say, I hope you'll join me for the next farming episode. And until then, take care.